Hi, it's Rebecca from Gather Collective here with Session 2, Persevering in Excellence from our Summer Gather Collective 2021. So who likes praise? I mean, we all like to hear job well done, don't we? Especially if we put a lot of effort and done a lot of work in a project or undertaking. Maybe you don't get the recognition that you think you should, and that's a frustration for you. Maybe your business, your ministry or idea hasn't had the feedback or response that you would have hoped for. Or maybe you do. Maybe you do get the praise. Maybe you're told all the time that you're doing a great job or that you're terrific, which, let's be honest, is probably true. You very likely are terrific, but you don't hear it or allow yourself to believe it. Maybe you wake up each morning or go to bed each night, and instead of hearing the affirmation, you find yourself asking, what am I even doing? Who am I to do any of this? I don't have what it takes. How can I lead others if I don't even believe I can? You know, trouble comes when we are working and measuring our standard of excellence, whether we've done enough or a good job, by the attention, the recognition, the praise, or I could add the comments, likes, and shares that we receive. Trouble comes when we are working for the affirmation of results that this world demands from us. Colossians 3:23 says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. We work, we minister, we build our businesses, we live for one voice, one mission, one reason, Jesus. Now that's not to say we can't lift one another up and celebrate all the amazing gifts and talents God has given us. I actually think that this verse is a good reminder to us as leaders, parents, friends, and employers to create an encouraging space that nurtures growth so that those around us are more easily able and free to work with all their heart for the Lord. We all need encouragement, so let's go do that. Go out from here and be generous with praise to the people around you, especially other women. Celebrate kingdom excellence all around you. And then receive the compliment when it comes to you. It's not being arrogant. Say thank you. Stand confidently and receive affirmation for what God has created in you. And don't feel like you have to apologize or minimize what God is doing in your life to make anyone else in the room feel more comfortable. But don't let that worldly affirmation and compliment define your excellence. When the event is over, when the deal is closed, when the sermon is preached, when the hugs and smiles and adrenaline are gone, it's God and God alone who sustains us. When the world is silent and our efforts feel like they are empty or falling flat, and we wonder if anything we're doing even matters, if we are working for the Lord, we must persevere regardless of any resistance we may feel. Remember, our goal is not to hear words of praise from this world, but to stand one day before the God who lovingly created us and hear Him say, well done, good and faithful servant. So this week, this is what we'd like you to consider. What do you need to persevere through to hear God as your audience of one? Maybe it's lies you believe about who you are and what your value is. Maybe it has to do with your capacity. Maybe you have unrealistic expectations, or maybe it's control. Next, we want you to consider what's defining your excellence. The voice of a family member or friend, affirmation from an employer, sales goals, ministry attendance numbers, popular opinion. Working into the Lord sometimes is a long, hard road. And there will be moments that we feel like giving up on the dreams and vision that we believe God seated in our heart. We can get tired. We can start to give less and less of ourselves. But today, Gather Collective wants to encourage you on the hardest of days, persevere. We know from Romans 5:4 that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope, and hope does not disappoint us. Go out today in whatever area of leadership you are in and give it all to God. There is no greater call. God alone defines what is excellent and praiseworthy in all you are doing, not this world. And He deserves our everything. After all, He already gave us His.
Stay blessed.